Hi, uh, suppose if a shop owner claims that most of his male customers buy diapers along with beers. Oh, diapers plus beers. Do you believe that those products goes along? Yeah. And let's take another example. How Target figured out a teen girl was pregnant before her father did. This was happened a long back. There was a 16-year-old girl who who was in college. Her father has received mails regarding coupons for the babies, like for the diapers, to buy children's clothes, to buy children's creams, children's soaps. And the father has got angry and he called the target and asked about what is happening here. The target said sorry and they have apologized for the same. Later on, but the father realized that she was really pregnant and she is carrying her baby from last 5 months. How does this happen? Let's see. Yes, this is because of business intelligence and data mining. And I am Nagaraju to present a brief introduction about business intelligence and data mining. So, what is business intelligence? Business intelligence can be defined in a simple terms, that is, extraction of interesting, previously unknown, and potentially useful patterns or knowledge from large volumes of data. You have a lot of data in many organizations, but don't know what to extract from that. And now, when you apply business intelligence, you will find very potentially useful things from the data. Okay, so let's see what business intelligence is also called as. As I mentioned in the previous slide, it is also called as data mining, knowledge discovery in databases, knowledge extraction, data or pattern analysis, data archaeology, data dredging, information harvesting, etc. Yeah, let's see why we need to mine data. Many organizations have most of the data. For example, if you see Walmart collects around 1 trillion GB of data in a year. So what does Walmart does with this data? Such huge data. To gain competitive advantage or to analyze what are the customers' patterns, we need to mine the data and we need to extract some useful patterns so that they can apply those things and get the customers mm, customers information and what the customer prefers actually. So why data mining is emerging in recent decades? Yeah, one thing is cost of data storage has come down drastically. Previously we need to store like 1 MB or 2 MB files, but now we are storing at least like 1 TB in our computers itself. So that is how the data storage has come down. Automation in each process. Now, wherever you go, there are automatic processes where it collects the information and stores in the background process. And there are obviously new technologies to capture data. And now the faster computing is also developed so that they can process at least 1 TB, 2 TBs of data at a time. And the other thing is there is lot of competition nowadays. So to gain the competitive advantage, some company has to do something new. They have to analyze the customers in a new way and they have to get some useful things out of that data. So that is why data mining has been emerging in the recent trends. What is data mining process? Yes, you have large data. Okay, from that you will be using only 5 to 10% of data. So that is where your data selection comes into picture. From this large data you have selected the small data, and you can't apply data mining or anything directly on any data. Like for example, there will be many missing values. Suppose a customer comes, we need to store a lot of attributes about him, but we would be unable to store like his phone number or his address or his birthdays or his anniversaries. So we need to do some pre-processing there to get the data into a uniform shape. Then you apply the data mining algorithms, okay, and from that you will get these patterns. For example, as I discussed in the first example, a shop owner claims that most of his male customers buy beers along with diapers. Yes, that is a true case that is happening in USA. The if the shop owners are analyzing the customers in depth, and that is what they have observed. Yes, it might be the reason that the 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 fathers will be in the age of 30 to 40, and uh, they tend to be stressed for the whole day, and so that to get the relief from the stress, they may buy alcohol. So that is how it's happening. But generally, if you think these products don't go along, but the data is saying this is what a new thing is coming out of the data mining process, and for that you will have these interpretations and evaluations, and now you need to apply these things to your business. And remember, this is a recursive process. Once you get the data, well, once you get the results from it, you can again act it as a selected data, sorry, and from the knowledge you can again apply that knowledge to the whole data, and you can retrieve the some other patterns out of it. Yeah. Now, how is business intelligence in an organization? Let's see. First is data sources. We have files, information providers, database systems, OLTP. This is transaction processing systems, and data warehouse. From these OLTP systems, we build OLAP or data marts or cubes. We say in general, this will be built, and this is the part of DBA. Any DBA looks after these two things, and on it, the data analyst, what does the data analyst do is he does statistical analysis, querying and reporting. This is a general without data mining. This is called as descriptive analysis. And now when those people also apply data mining, that is what information discovery, as we said. Now, data processing. This is the job of the below two, data mining and data querying, are the process of data analyst. When the after the data mining happens, the results will be presented to the business analyst. Those will be using the visualization techniques to show them to the customer, or to analyze things in a much better way. And finally, those things will be given to the end user, where he is the person who will be taking decisions. Now, if you see on the left side, as you go up along the pyramid, your your potential to take decisions is increasing. So you have a lot of data, and finally you have a decision out of it using this business intelligence in any organization. What are data mining types? In general, there are two data mining types. Okay, first one is descriptive data mining type and the predictive data mining. What is descriptive? In descriptive, there will be no dependent variable. What is that dependent variable? Some things depend on some other things. For example, if you say your sales will be depending on today's weather, today's prices, and all. Okay, so your sales are a dependent factor, and the weather and the uh, taxes and all are independent factors to your business. So based on that, your sales will be decided. But in descriptive, it's not like that. That the techniques used are, they will not have any dependent variable. Mm, so that is how, like, this will be used as who are my best customers, to know who are my best customers, what items are purchased together, as we see in the beer and diapers, or it can be anything, bread with milk, bread with eggs, and all, which groups of customers having similar buying patterns. So that these things are used to segment the customers. Now, coming to the next category, that is predictive. What does predictive mean? Suppose, as we took this previous example, your sales will be dependent on the on weather and the prices for a day. Now, if you know the prices and the weather of tomorrow, you can predict that the sales of tomorrow today itself. So you can add something else to your store, or you can add something else to your promotions, so that your sales goes up. That is how it generally happens in predictive analysis. As here I have shown, classifying loan applications into risk categories based on the attributes of customers, we can classify customers into high risky customer or low risky customers. And when a new application is come into the organization, we can directly say we can fund to this customer and we cannot fund to these customers based on the attributes and the rules that we have developed using data mining. So let's see something else. Some of the data mining techniques. Association rules are similarly as shown, the bread and milk or the uh, diapers and beers. These, for these type of data mining things, we we use association rules. Clustering is something, grouping a set into certain groups. Suppose there are a lot of customers to to an organization, they want to group it, and so they use clustering. Like, it may be based on the age, based on the gender, or based on the credit card limit, or anything else. Now, decision trees. Decision trees are very interesting, and these are very useful in general. This comes into a predictive modeling again. So what is decision tree? In decision tree, it builds rules, and I have further explained decision trees in detail, so that we'll get a detailed idea of what data mining is. We'll go ahead. Regression again and predictive, like the sales, expecting us tomorrow sales comes under regression. Neural network, this is a very complex thing, and it will be like a black box. You will enter data into it and you will get the results. That's it. So you generally don't understand what's happening in the neural network in detail. And what recommender systems are the most useful in the e-shopping or online sales. Amazon or Netflix uses recommender systems a lot. Like, you generally observe, when you log into Amazon, these products are recommended to you, these books are recommended to you. That is through recommender systems. And what is text mining? Text mining is something you apply to the web pages, to the web links or hyperlinks. Yes. And now, to get into detail of data mining, let's see this data. Oh, but this is like to predict whether a person is going to buy computer or not. And we have age attribute of the customers, income attribute of the customers, whether he's a student or not, whether his credit rating is fair or excellent, and whether these people buy computers or not. So if you observe the training part, you have the result already. That is what your old data says. And you have a testing data, that is where you need to decide whether that person is going to buy or not. If he is not going to buy, if we give some coupons and all, for discount coupons and all, whether he will be buying. So let's see. This is a decision tree applied to the data. This is simple to understand, so I have explaining only decision tree in this. You have this age thing, and it is divided into three types: below 30, 30 to 40, and above 40. Now, you categorize the customers through age, and you comes to when you come to below 30, and again you are checking whether he's a student or not. Okay, so whether he is a student, then he will not buy a computer. And whether he is a whether he is a student, he is going to buy a computer. And if he is not a student, he is not going to buy a computer. So now again take the other link, 30 to 40. Yes, the data is saying, if the customer is in the age of 30 to 40, he is going to buy a computer. And if you see the above 40 years, it is depending on the credit rating. If they have an excellent credit rating, they are going to buy the computer, and if they don't have the excellent rating, they are not going to buy the computer. So now if you take this example and the testing data, your customer, for the first customer, is 30 to 40, so he is going to buy the computer as this node says. Okay. And now the second customer, he is also in the 30 to 40, so he is going to buy the computer. Now the third customer is the above 40 years of age. Okay, let's see what's happening. Above 40 years of age, we need to check the credit rating. Okay, so what is the credit rating of the customer? It is excellent. So what does it says? Sorry, credit rating excellent, then he is going to buy the computer. So in this example, all the three customers of the testing data are going to buy the computers. So this is how the data mining algorithms works. Okay, let's see some of the tools that are available in the market. Excel miner, you can do these things by Excel also, with some add-ins like Excel miner, SAS enterprise miner, Veka DB miner, IBM intelligent miner, Mega Computer Poly Analyst, IBM SPSS modeler, Microsoft SQL Server 2008 analysis services, Oracle data mining, Agnos Knowledge Studio, Digimine, SAP Business Objects. So there are various, and this is not the end list or exhaustive list. You have very large list of BI tools are in the market. Now let's see who are the top five BI tools. So first comes SAP, Oracle, next comes Oracle, next comes IBM, next comes SAS Institute, and next comes Microsoft. So according to 2013, these were the top five business intelligence tools that were available in the market. It's interesting, right? And there is a lot of hype, or there is a lot of demand for the employees who are going to work on BI nowadays. So let's sum up this session, and these are the sources used for this presentation. Um, I have been gone through the some articles of the Forbes and two textbooks that I have mentioned here, and many of the people, like most of my friends working on BI and who are studying BI in other colleges and universities, I have discussed with them, and I have collected data from many web sources, uh, and Google Image Search also has given me some beautiful results. Thank you, and thank you for your patience.